Good roll. All right, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
We've been to so many places lately. What do you say we take a day off from adventuring and just find somewhere nice to relax? Let Paimon think. Where are some nice places we could go? Oh, why don't we pay Cloud Retainer a visit at Mount Outsong? It's been a while since we last saw that illuminated bird. She's always the one popping up out of nowhere and scaring us half to death. So let's surprise her this time.
Kocak, mau mati gue. Yo.
Remember the first time we came here? And when we told her that Rex Lapis had been assassinated, she immediately threatened to squash Liyue Harbor. Paimon thought she'd be impossible to get along. We probably don't need to bring any offerings now that we've... Huh? Traveler? Did something catch your eye? Whoa. What a pretty lady. Is she also here to visit Cloud Retainer? Yeah, you're right. All it takes is one look and you can tell okay, but if we're both friends of Cloud Retainer, then we're helping you make more connections is a part... Paimon doesn't think we've...
You two... What is this tomfoolery? Has this shift in form so clouded your eyes that you no longer recognize one anymore?
Wait, you're... Huh? You're the illuminated bird? But you look... human!
Oh, donning human form is scarcely any test of one's abilities. As for your confusion, one merely had no reason to indulge such inclinations before.
So, you're...
Well, one has made plans to pay a visit to some disciples at Liyue Harbor. Taking on a human form for such a trip is simply a way to make
You? Worrying about keeping a low profile? You're the one who likes to pop up out of nowhere all over the place. In fact, Paimon can think of several examples. Hey, didn't we agree not to bring that up unless she asked?
Oh? So you have taken care to follow the proper rules. One has never found oneself lacking in basic comforts.
That kinda makes Paimon feel a little guilty for trying to keep them for herself. Right! So by disciples, you must mean Ganyu and...
One planned to extend the invitation even if you had not raised the matter yourself. Shanhe and Ganyu should be quite pleased to see you again. However, one would first inquire as to the reason behind your...
Yeah, we just found ourselves missing you and wanted to see how you were doing. We were hoping you'd tell us one of your stories.
Is that so? If there are no urgent matters at hand, then let us make haste for Liyue Harbor. Ganyu is likely still working at Yuehai Pavilion.
Sounds great! Then let's all...
Another filler. Okay. Kapan ya main story-nya tuh?
Ganyu has been quite busy with work as of late. One can count on one tell in the number of times she returns to Mount Aocang each year. Shenhe has also secured employment.
We're almost at Weihai Pavilion. Hey, do you think Ganyu will be shocked to see Cloud Retainer like this? Guess we have no idea if Shenhe and Ganyu have ever seen her in this form before. Wait, where did she go? Why are you just standing there, Cloud Retainer?
Quietly now. One shall stay here. You two can go and meet with her.
But what?
If one were to proudly proclaim one's presence, Ganyu would surely profess herself otherwise unoccupied and drop every— One does not wish to trouble her. Conversing vicariously via you—
Fair enough, makes sense.
Cloud Retainer?
Oh,
Oh, busted.
Is that lady someone you know, Ms. She is indeed. I'm sorry, Huixin, but could we delay the upcoming meeting for a little bit? I believe—
Oh, not to worry, Miss Ganyu.
Thank you, Huixin.
It's been a while, Ganyu.
Greetings. What brings you here today? And Cloud Retainer, too. It's been quite—
you are quite mistaken. One is not acquainted with this Cloud Retainer of whom you speak. One—
Seems she's not buying it.
That was but a simple test. One did not expect you to be able to recognize one so easily.
But recognizing you is, my responsibility.
An apt observation. One was simply passing by while attending to some important—
Wait, Paimon wasn't aware of any important. Cloud Retainer's right. We've still got something super
Oh, is that so? But it's been so long since we last saw each other.
One simply desired to see you and had no intention of interrupting your work.
I understand.
While one acknowledges the amount of work that you have to deal with every day, one must also remind you to rest. Though Adepti blood flows through your veins, excessive exhaustion will still cause grave harm to your body. It still makes one nostalgic to see you as you are now, respected and independent.
Cloud Retainer! Stop!
If you insist. We are running short on time regardless, so one will refrain from going into each and every story.
Wow, you've been to so many new places since the last time we spoke. Also, forgive me for my presumptuousness, Cloud Retainer, but if you plan to continue appearing in this form—
A human name? Huh.
You really think so? Not that you're.
You presume to know the extent of one's illustrious achievements. One would hardly think such a thing to be possible. Nevertheless, Ganyu's advice cannot be ignored.
Canyon?
I assume that's a reference. An Adeptus of years past would rise with the clouds and rest with the moon. They were enlightened and wise.
Oh, that sounds super cool! Paimon feels like only the most powerful of Adepti could.
Actually, those lines were originally written to describe Cloud Retainer herself.
Huh? Wait, so you're really that powerful?
And what of it? Did you truly take one to be nothing more than a bird of bigger than average size?
Not exactly.
To be fair, Cloud Retainer rarely speaks of her past accomplishments. The tales of her— It is said that once, a long, long time ago, there was a severe drought in Liyue. Left with no— Although I did not live through such tragedy, simply reading about it is enough to gain a visceral understanding. On top of the drought, a noxious gas also began to spread through the land. If not for Cloud Retainer's effort— The books had this to say about— Upon arrival, the Adeptus borrowed the wind to retain the clouds. Immediately, the clouds
Okay.
It's incredible!
Mortal records add embellishments to dramatize past events. One did merely what one ought. And even if one had not interceded,
Even so, you stopped an entire drought! Can you really control the weather like the book said? Oh, Paimon suddenly has a lot more respect for you. So it was Paimon's bad for calling you Illuminated Bird before.
how laughable. A name is but a simple label we carry with us on our journey through the world.
That's a relief.
Well, that is quite enough ancient history for now. Ganyu, have you had word from Shenhe? One has heard that she... Moreover, does she find her...
That is a...
There is no cause for concern, Cloud Retainer. I introduced Shenhe. Wanmin Restaurant's business has been booming recently. So, with Chef Mao being swamped with customers, and Shangling still...
I see. Most excellent indeed. One has had the pleasure of being introduced to that family. Now, it is...
Huh? But didn't you...
can that wait until after?
You may return to your work, Ganyu.
Of course, Cloud Retainer. Please, take care. Traveler, Paimon?
See you around, Gun! Paimon was pretty quick on the up. As soon as you mentioned important business to attend...
You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, how can I not? Not even fine food is enough to distract from the presence of a fine lady, huh?
Oh, I'm far more interested in getting her details than ordering any dishes. Hey, how about you ask her?
You do it.
No. I think you should. Wait,
What can I get for you today?
Greetings, miss. I was just wondering if you'd be willing to...
What would you like to order?
2 servings of mora meat to go.
The fuck?
Shenhe!
Welcome. It's been a while.
Don't welcome us as guests and greet us as old...
Mm-hmm. Oh, and the
this is Miss Xinyun.
master?
One does not recall ever revealing this form to you before. How were you able to ascertain one's true identity with such ease?
I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10 years. I would recognize...
You...
Is something the matter, Master?
Hardly. One simply learned of your employment from your letter and came to...
And check out the great food, too!
Indeed. It's almost lunchtime.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon, the lunch rush isn't in yet, Shenhe. So I've got things covered for now. Go ahead, sit down and enjoy some time with your friends. I'll let you know if things pick...
Thank you, Chef Mao.
Woohoo!
Alright. Yo, the fuck?
It is just as... Still, the work here entails dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Shenhe?
It's been manageable so far.
Seems like you've been making progress.
First, I tried to talk sense into them. If that doesn't work, I threaten them with violence. At this point, they use...
Oh, a sensible plan. One is gladdened to see you in...
And you, Master? How have you been?
Simply marvelous. Though Mount Outsong has scarcely enjoyed your presence recently.
I see. Huh. I have missed Master quite a bit too. Even though work has been busy lately, I've already had a
Oh, you did? Do make note of such...
Whoa.
By the way, Master, since you are in Liyue Harbor, have you had the chance...
Indeed. She is similarly preoccupied with her work.
Ganyu told us the story of Cloud Retainer's name. It was amazing. We never...
I see. In that case, allow me to also share a story.
Oh?
Is that a problem, Master?
No, not a problem. One was simply caught off guard. But no matter. Please, proceed. one is most curious to see how much of one's own conversational prowess you possess.
Master once participated in a race against Moon. In response, Master agreed to
Huh. What kind of...
It was a mechanical vehicle made out of iron. What was it called again?
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. One spent 49 days conceptualizing. Oh, it boggles the mind why Mooncarver ever supposed he might best me in a contest of locomotion. Alas, the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain. One was thwarted mere seconds from victory, when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the final stretch. Truly a most
Master, that was the end of that story.
Is that so? Huh. With you gone, one has seldom felt the desire to call upon those old fossils for another contest. What is a race without spectators, after all?
Have you been lonely, Master?
Lonely? Huh. At one's age, entire human generations come and go in the blink of an eye. Even one's own self-directed musings can span several days and nights. 'Tis a most foreign sentiment. The mere mention of it is preposterous. What is the reason for that look upon your face?
It's nothing. It's just... Well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. But I was just a little bit confused. Which one of the two is the real Cloud Retainer?
To me, they are both, Master.
Huh. One finds oneself exalted yet again with sweet words of praise and flattery of a most extravagant nature. This is not to say that your words paint.
She got like... What?
Do you have any empty tables?
Hey there, could we get another fish stew?
I'm hearing more guests come in. I should get back to work.
All right, good luck with the lunch.
Mm-hmm.
So much yummy food! Paimon's gonna feast!
One is fond of all kinds of delicacies and delights, and the dishes here demonstrate no shortage of culinary skill. Their unique flavor profile has left one more than satisfied.
Everything's so tasty! A bit too hot at times, but still super tasty.
I'm sorry, miss, but
Shall we try somewhere else, Granny?
But it smells so delightful. Can we really not eat here?
well, you could always check with some of the other guests and...
Okay, I'll ask... Excuse me. Would you mind letting us share a table with you? There are no... Ah, well, Paimon doesn't mind. What about you guys? Great! Thanks so much. My name is Shuyu, and this is my... Granny? Yep. Is there something wrong with... No, Paimon's just a bit surprised. Yeah, a lot of people compliment Granny on her youthful looks, but she's actually much older than she appears. Granny, why don't you take a seat? Come on, it's not polite to stare.
Huh. Have we met before?
No.
'Tis a fated meeting, then. Please, take a seat.
What would you like to eat, Granny? I can order for you.
I want braised earthworms. They always pop up out of the ground after...
No, not this again. Granny, there's no braised earthworms on the menu. Braised earthworms? Well, that sounds weird. Do people actually eat that? Right, that's what Paimon was... Help? Oh, do you mean with Gran? Thanks, that's nice of you to offer. Granny has pretty bad dementia, so her memory's been bad ever since I was little. But it's gotten so bad lately, they died young. It's just me and Granny now. Oh, But it's okay. Don't feel bad. Granny loves me a lot, and I love her a lot too. Sure, it's hard at times. Wow. You're really tough for your age, kid. You're too kind.
And me? Oh, what about me?
You're tough too, Granny. Plus, you're really gentle. And you're...
Yes, and it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still remember the important things. I remember now. It was a dream. I had a dream.
Huh? That sounds super important.
It was just a dream, so I forgot about it. But I believe I've had this dream.
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky. Oh, does that mean you're possessed?
Unlikely. Her eyes are clear and her breathing remains calm and level. One sees no signs of possession.
Are you sure?
Who do you take me for? Is one not an adept? Am I not an expert?
Huh, you're right. Paimon almost forgot you're the expert. In that case, do you still remember what the person in...
Not anymore. Although, I have a sense that she looked rather like me.
A younger version of... This is just getting weirder and weirder. What is going on here?
As one said, fate must have brought us together. You may leave the situation to me.
Are you sure? Paimon's Paimon.
Just Shenyun is fine.
Thank you all so much for offering to help. Oh, we don't need any payment for this. You're welcome. But Miss Shenyun, all we have to go off is that dream.
That is elementary. Since her dreams portray her younger self, then we shall retrace the steps of her youth. Once we have revisited those places, her memories will likely return.
Sounds like a plan. So
Why, of course I do.
Okay. Once, when I was really little, my dad told me that Granny used to be a martial artist heroine who saved loads of people from If it's true, then maybe they wrote about it in the history. A martial arts heroine? Oh, Shincho knows tons about Liyue's chivalric traditions. If anyone knows about the...
Are you leaving already? But I'm still hungry.
I'll go order some food, Granny. If there's nothing on the menu you especially want, I'll just...
It seems we must part ways for now. The Traveler and Paimon are bound for the Feiyun Commerce Guild, while Yuendai and Shuyu shall remain here and partake of their lunch. As for myself, I have matters to discuss with Streetward Ramblers.
Streetward Rambler?
Precisely. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace once you are ready.
Tiba-tiba disuruh ngebantu nenek-nenek kehilangan makan.
Take it easy. Huh. It's you two.
Shincho! Great, we...
That's not a whole lot of info. I can't pinpoint her identity from your description.
Nameless...
That's right. The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago. As the people suffered, a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away evil spirits in bandit camps. The people idolized her, but never learned her name. All they knew was that she always acted alone. Later, though, she supposedly fell in love with a similarly noble-minded exorcist from Mount Tianheng. They were well matched in more ways than one, often fighting together as a fearsome duo of otherworldly strength. After the drought ended, the heroine and the exorcist left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountains. All that remained were tales of her incredible accomplishments. The way this nameless heroine faded from fame into obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from Miss Yuendai. I hope that's somewhat helpful.
Thanks a lot, Xingqiu. We knew it'd be worth talking to you.
It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I did do a bit of extra research on her story, but it was just out of personal curiosity.
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super cool. Oh, wait, Xingqiu, if you've read up on her, do you know of any places often associated with her?
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine always appeared near one of 3 places. Wangshu Inn, the area just north of Jueyun Karst, and Qingyun Peak. Perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired the character was also often seen near those 3 places. That would explain why those locations appear in the... You're welcome. To be honest, I found some parts of the story confusing when I first came across it. If Miss Yuendai was indeed the original inspiration for the character, she may just be able... It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade in... I've never understood why someone would go to such lengths to erase themselves from public memory. It's almost as if she was trying to hide from something. There's probably far more to the story than what's been written.
We'll be sure to tell you if we manage to...
That's a deal. Perhaps, behind the truth of it all, there lies a story more fantastical than any work of fiction.
Paimon feels like we just learned so much from Xingqiu. A drought, a nameless heroine, a life of seclusion. Wait, why does the story sound super familiar? Oh, right! There's a drought in this story, too! Xingqiu, are droughts super common in Liyue or something?
Well, they used to be. But people have long since developed methods to prevent them, like by cultivating the soil or digging canals. So while droughts do happen from time to time, they are rarely regarded as true disasters. The drought 50 years ago is probably one of the worst. The crops withered, the streams ran dry, and the monster...
That sounds awful!
Yeah, and that's exactly why the nameless still has terror. They say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more common. Only the strongest of it. Do you have any other questions?
We're good for now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyan and the others again. Paimon hopes that Granny Yuendai will be able to remember more of her past. She used to be a great hero who saved many people. So sad that she can't recall any of it. Anyway, we'll be off now. See you some other time, Xingqiu. Thank you so much for your help.
It's no problem at all. Safe travels.
I can't wait to
Aduh, kebanyakan yapping anjing. Oke.
I have recorded the tune that you requested. I hope it will be of help to you.
Oh, thank you. Straight word, but Ping, what has amused you so?
Oh, it's no serious matter. I was just reminiscing about the last time I saw you in this form. Time has wrought such change in this...
Time has little bearing on one's existence.
No. Oh, why so formal all of a sudden?
Well, approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor? Not unlike the one that you yourself...
It does not require as much as you may think.
Cloud Retainer, Madam Ping! What are you two talking about?
Nothing save for some trivial matters.
Xingqiu has a theory, but let's save it for when Chuyu and Miss Yuendai.
Do not be troubled, young lady. Here.
What do you think, Chuyu? Does it match up with what you know of your granny?
According to the story,
The nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist from Mount Tianhe. I don't have many memories of him. But there was this one time I found a box in her attic full of a bunch of... I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
What marvelous tea. It's as if I was taking a stroll in the mountains, thoroughly one with nature and at peace.
Is that so? Then
thank you.
Okay, since we have... Sure thing. I have a secret I want to tell you. What's wrong, Shiryu? Well, I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant. But are you guys all adepti in this? Oh! About that. Well, you guys just seem super special. Plus, I think I might have heard Miss Shen Yun call herself an adeptus. Oh, must have been a slip of the tongue. Shen Yun, since you were the one who, Miss...
One is indeed an adeptus. Is that of some concern to you?
Huh? I knew it. Well, one time when I was a little kid, I saw a pure white illuminated crane. I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. I was feeling all icky and gross. But then she put me on her back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house and fed me some sort of magic potion. I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to stay awake, so I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe... A pure white illuminated crane? The only two we've ever met are blue and white and black and brown. Have you ever met one that's pure white, Cloud Retainer?
Never has one met an adeptus with such features. One surmises such a description is but a hyperbolic.
That's weird. Was it really just a dream then? Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much anyway. Oh, leave it to us! Now that let's go to Wangshu and... Okay.
Aduh. Oh iya, semoga aja katanya Natlan medan perang kan, semoga lumayan kayak gitu.
Do you remember this place, Granny?
Yes. The fish here is very delicious. I believe
I'll come with.
Ya, setengah tahun isinya filler.
I'm still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but... Whoa! Shao! What are you doing here all of a sudden?
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look. If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions.
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war? Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang Continuous Fire Mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
An impressive imitation.
Paimon knows her all too well.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti sigils is just as the Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
A Cloud Retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still have when dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles and troubles of the mortal world?
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor, and always in her avian form. Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago when she decided to don her human form.
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
Granny, are you okay?
Perhaps this conversation should end. Should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name.
Everyone! I think Granny is finally beginning to remember.
Slowly now. Calm your mind.
A long time ago,
So what Shinjo said was true! You did fall ill! Was that why you went into hiding?
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I was confined to my room in Wangshu Inn. One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my illness, he told me that the pills were concocted using adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my symptoms.
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going and it was all thanks to the...
I'm sorry, I don't.
Hey, you're not useless. You've done so much for me.
Oh, fret not, dear child.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is always superior to not finding.
Next location. There isn't really a landmark there, so where should we start? Oh, Paimon's got it. Let's check out the houses in the area first. After all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right? Oh, Paimon's really got her thinking cap on today. At this rate, we'll recover all of Granny Wenda.
Wow. Okay. Gue tahu suka bikin. Oke.
Whoa, why are there so many treasure hoarders here? Guess it's time to round up the bad guys.
The hunter becomes.
Do you remember?
Let me think. I feel like, but I don't think I stayed here.
Got it. That's okay.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, I believe I brought... yes. I brought some sweet snacks with me. Go on, take some. You need to eat a lot if you want to grow big and strong.
Oh, thank you. Then Paimon.
True.
Yeah.
Paimon sees an abandoned house. Why don't we take a break over there?
This place, it's...
Did you remember something, Granny?
I remember. Shuyu, it was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit. I had exhausted my strength. I remember that night. I remember falling to my knees. I alone and the...
Sin? Oath? Did you...
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember... Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries. That baby was your father.
My dad?
He was my pride and joy, and so are you, Shuyu. But you're always going to be different from me. I
don't care what you might have done.
You're too sweet, Shuyu. All right, let's not stand around.
If one recalls correctly, the next place should be Chin.
Huh.
I may be a bit slow, but I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Climb on. I shall carry you to the top. Oh, such lightness of weight.
All those who grow old grow frail in the end, do they not?
We're finally. Does this place feel familiar to you?
Let me see. How strange. Have I... When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of familiarity. But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't leave a strong impression on me.
But did the stories get it wrong then? Yeah, that's true. Paimon was hoping this place would jog.
I'm sorry to disappoint you too.
It's all right. We're not going to give up yet. We'll figure something else out. Just you wait.
Thank you. If only I could remember. Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
Oh, let Paimon look! Huh? Isn't that Mount Outsong? Looks like we've come full circle.
Mount Outsong. Mount Outsong.
Granny, are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you keep...
Mount Outsong,
Mount Outsong holds some familiarity to you?
It does, but
Are you feeling unwell?
My head... It feels all heavy and...
Cloud... Miss Yenyun, is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Outsong.
But...
Fret not, all will be well. You may leave the rest to me.
Wait, really? When did you do that?
I never leave anything to chance. All will reveal itself when we arrive. Here.
Huh? But isn't this the mechanism that...
Precisely. It periodically releases a soft, soothing agitation.
Whoa, what a cool gadget! We could have come to Mount Outsong right off...
How preposterous. Had you went, we Adepti can only help those who first...
Paimon thinks she gets it now.
As previously mentioned.
Oh, Paimon can feel what you mean. Paimon...
And you and I. Is the mechanism helping you to relax? It appears she has already succumbed to the depths.
The drought is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion. It's nearly run its course.
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a second.
Please.
Please, no.
Have you forgotten? This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning. This is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left.
So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so familiar.
Granny! Granny, are you
Cloud Retainer.
Your memories have returned.
Wait, did you just call her by her full name? Does that mean you already knew each other?
Yes. Granny, please don't cry. Oh, don't worry, my dear child. I'm so sorry, everyone. It's all come back to me now. The most...
One can sense the guilt that now plagues your conscience. Reclaiming a truth long buried is sure to come with a myriad of
No, it's okay. Now that I show you, everyone, I cannot thank you, and please, Granny, don't force yourself. What happened? I know, dear child. My feelings for you some time ago. I made a terrible mistake.
Is this the sin that you mentioned in Joyun Karst?
I am, in truth, not a human being. My real form, one that I held for centuries, was that of a wild crane. I spent many, many years living on Mount Outsong, bathing in the soft breeze and drinking the sweet dew of the mountains. At some point, I somehow gained wisdom and sentience. The Lord of the Mountain, Cloud Retainer, became aware of my existence and began to share many stories with me. She even passed on the secret of cult, though she never took me on as a formal disciple. I always saw her as my master. Whenever I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adeptus in my own right, I followed her teachings.
50 years ago?
That's right. Master regaled me with many stories of her past deeds. She was the one I looked up to the most. More than anything, I dreamt of becoming an adeptus like her. I wanted to travel the land like she had, relieving suffering, but I was still far from being a real adeptus. I possessed no ability to take on human form and fit in with the crowd. Once she learned of my desires, she warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years, and if I were to fail to return to my original form at the end of that time...
Oh no. So that was the source of your dementia?
Was it because of Grandpa? Indeed. I fell in love. Though he was human, he had spent his entire life training on Mount Tianheng. When we met, it was not only my first. Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, he cared deeply about the world, and I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to tick away.
Oh no, what happened now?
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain, and I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes. But I was too ashamed to face her. I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face. In my shame, but that was only the beginning of my troubles. I began to suffer along with my memories as a crane. Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortunate coincidence.
Granny!
What coincidence? Why did I ever think it was a coincidence? Tea pills concocted using the blood of an adept master. Don't tell me.
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order when one's progeny is wedded, would it not? Consider the pills a symbol of one's best wishes.
So when I tried to conceal my name and mistakes from the world and hide myself away in perpetuity...
One still remembers when you were but a fledgling. You possessed a certain fondness for a particular game. You would hide yourself among one found you with such ease every time. 'Tis a truth most evident. One always recognizes one's own.
Wait! Paimon's confused! So, Cloud Retainer, you found Yuendai again? But how? When? And what happened after?
Perhaps it is now time for one to recount the
Cutscene kah? Oh.
One was furious upon receiving your letter. Seized with anger,
shit,
one set out to bring you to your senses.
Anjay, what the fuck? Yo, anjay, ini C berapa? Dat C3 anjing. And fuck you anjing. Kalau C1 gimana ini? Ini C2. Tuh. Wih, buset. Buset tuh recoil. What the fuck? Alright. Dia healer gak? Healer bukan sih, coba. Blood. Oh ini mengakibatkan. Oh ini. Seluruh karakter party sekitar berdasarkan attacks. Wow. Bagus juga nih kayaknya buat party Navi ya. Apa ini?
In truth, one had, but soon, one came to unwilling to begrudge someone of such character, wishing to grant you a life without regrets. One gathered many divine ingredients. As for how to deliver the medicine, after much one took great care to alter one's features and select the appropriate, as one expected. One was quite torn. Should one have celebrated the success of one's disguise?
Skyward! Scatter! Scatter!
Wow. Teknologi.
Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter, if you are amenable, even considering your loss of memory. One was simply flabbergasted that you could so easily forget the consequences of consuming medicine infused with adeptal blood. Its proclivity to attract monsters is hardly that complicated of a concept to remember. To think that you tried to travel while weak from sickness and heavy with child.
Damn.
Had one not intervened to clear the fog, all of you would have been lost during the night.
Scatter! Skyward!
Oke, coba hit gue lagi. Come on, bro.
Stray clouds converge! Scatter! Skyward!
Oke. Terusan nih. Coba. Oh, ngehil lagi. Shit. Tapi tiga anjing.
Seize the skies! Skyward! Scatter!
Those monsters would hardly have Said godly remains, in turn. One was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. In the end, one was relieved to see you endure through the night. At the break of dawn, to see you happy.
Oke. Gue salah baca. Alright. Dia jadi burung anjir.
Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait, but if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale.
Kesel konyol itu.
Just as you and I troubled one with her, upon finding you burning with fever, one made when one asked you why, one had no choice but to apply powder to one's body. It bears mentioning, however, that as a crane, you and I was nearly entirely pure white in color, though you had perhaps fate. Now all has been revealed. One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing. Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Had one simply informed you of memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who live through them. Would you not—
Master, I must ask. If you found me all those years ago, why did you leave me be, even though you knew about my—
One has never regarded your action as a mistake. When it is time for one's— 'Tis a refuge. One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike one's own abode. One expects you too have sensed the rapid deterioration. 40 years ago, you chose a path without a future. Even the power of an Adeptus has its limits. Fortunately, you were able to avoid that scenario by reclaiming your memories. Though—
So, what's gonna happen to—
One will help her reclaim her original form as a wild crane. If it be fated, she may recover her sentience one day.
She's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
Master, you've already done more than enough for me. I don't know how I could possibly repay your kindness. This is a better result than I could have ever hoped for. How much time do I have left?
Not long. The transformation is imminent.
Granny, please don't leave, okay? You're all I have left. Please. Don't be sad, dear child. Granny has led a wonderful life. My only regret is having to leave you behind. Don't forget to eat well, okay? A growing young lady like yourself needs lots of good food to grow big and strong. Promise Granny you'll take good care of yourself when I'm gone. I promise, Granny. I'll do whatever you say. Good girl. Good girl. Don't worry. It's not goodbye forever. Granny's gonna become the most formidable crane in all of Mount Outsung. Granny will train day and night. I won't stop until I can turn into a human without having to rely on anything but my own power. When that day comes, we'll be able to live together again. You and I. How's that sound? Good. That's a good girl. Even though we won't see each other for a little while, as long as we both... I'll eat well, Granny. I promise. And I'll wait for you. That's a good girl. I'm so sorry, Master.
Turi turu turu turi turu. Ya. Gue kira bakal jadi abu.
Let her be. At her age, crying is a natural, if not fitting, response to such. Tears are a necessary part of maturation. Now that the issue has been resolved, you should also take a moment to relax. Give yourself some time to rest. Take a nap.
Udah juga sama nih. Oh, finally. Finally. Ih, dikena gitu. Emang mimpi ini aja jadi bos terakhir ini. Weh. Yo! The fuck? No way,
I always
Cisco.
believed we would see each other again. That our days of separation would finally end. And all my troubles would be behind me.
Mimpi Jing. Lagi mimpi juga lagi.
If only things could stay this way forever.
Yo, nangis.
A
Nangis.
nightmare?
Kelamaan ngebabu.
Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up. Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you. After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
No fucking way. Ini orang tidur 500 tahun anjir, apalagi awalnya bintang kan, sebuah bintang nih.
Was Paimon sleeping just now? Oh, Paimon wasn't talking to you. Paimon had a dream about eating grilled chicken drumsticks, that's all.
Cap, bong. Cap.
Oh, Shuyu, you're awake.
Bong.
How do you feel?
Padahal mah boneka yang dijatuhin sama Celestial anjir.
I feel
Fucking Cap.
a little better. Thanks. I know I'll see Granny again someday, so I don't feel so sad anymore. Madam Adeptus,
Could I, ask you something?
Oh. And have you reasons for this sudden interest?
I know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong. But without that mistake, I would have never been born. Even though Granny lost her memories, she never forgot to show me how much she loved. I could become a cool adeptus like you and help a whole bunch of people.
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuendai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that.
Thank you so much, Madam Adeptus. No, I mean...
Chuyu, are you sure about this? Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like chin-chin and violet grass. If you join them, you'll never enjoy One-Min Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
How utterly preposterous. One has never enforced such a rule. Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment. So long as one retains a pureness of spirit, one's dietary proclivities are quite irrelevant.
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up.
Although Mount Outsong is rich in natural beauty, its location, that is precisely why one plans to relocate to Liyue.
Whoa, you're leaving Mount Outsong?
One has never concerned oneself with the location of one's residence. From the very beginning, yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor, Ganyu, Shenhe. One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One can only assume that one is most curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbor could have enticed. Why are you all so silent?
Paimon is, just a bit shocked, that's all. So, does this mean we can grab a meal together in Liyue Harbor sometime?
One has precious little time to squander. However, if one finds oneself otherwise unoccupied, one would not be opposed to the idea. One will be assuming the identity of a human while residing in Liyue Harbor. You should take care to—
Don't worry, we'll help you keep— So, when can we—
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has some matters to see to before one's departure. Preparation is the key to success, after all. One plans to put up various items from one's collection for sale. One has already picked out a handsome property near Chuhu Rock. 'Tis no small purchase, but what is mortal life if not one expense after another?
Seems like you've really thought of everything. Then how about we meet up in Liyue Harbor in 2 days?
A sensible plan. See you then. Oh, also, why don't you take this suspense somnia mechanism as a souvenir? Anytime you should feel ill at ease in the future, you may try quieting your—
Awesome! Thanks! Hey, didn't we promise Shincho that we'd tell him what we found out? Should we make a trip to the Feiyun Commerce Guild? It's totally up to you.
Ya, mukanya lucu banget. Pengen gue spam.
So, about—
I have left an explanatory note in my abode. Those 2 old fossils, considering their recent—
Maksudnya spam di gacha. You know. Mana sih? Mana dah? Tunggu 2 hari berlalu. Fuck you, anjing.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Your concerns are excessive and unfounded. This is but a simple collection of ordinary
To be quite up, in what way are any of these ordinary? Every single item here could be worth more than everything. I have to be careful. Yes, you.
We're here, Cloud! Miss Shenyan, what are you guys arguing about?
Ah, perfect timing.
This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my wares. I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched in my personal collection for
Several hundred years?
Indeed. They're family heirlooms, you see, passed down over many generations, as families are wont to do.
Yep, they've definitely been around a while. We can bet.
Hear that? Had I not found myself in need of Mora, I would scarcely have had the heart to part with them. Doubt their authenticity any further, and I may just decide to take them to another bot.
Whoa! Please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss. You see, I know full well that I lack the knowledge to judge the true worth.
An expert, you say? Very well. I will wait for a little while longer, then. Traveler, Paimon.
Master! Oh, it's you two again.
Shoo you! You got a new outfit! It look...
Mm-hmm. Master made it for me.
Huh? You know how to make clothes?
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism.
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're kind of heavy, so I just left them outside.
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably sort through my stuff a bit first.
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets. Now, this expert you mentioned, when can we expect their arrival?
Soon. Here, allow me to make some introductions. This is Mr. Zhang Li, a well-respected consultant at Wangshang Funeral Parlor and an expert in all manner of valuables and antiques. Mr. Zhang Li, this is Miss Shen Yun. She's the one who's looking to sell the car.
Huh.
Awkward
If
moment,
it
anjing.
isn't Miss Shenyun. It has been quite some time since our last meeting. What a serendipitous reunion.
Indeed, most serendipitous. Have you been faring well as of late, Mr. Zhangli?
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains and a fresh brew of tea from the most recent harvest. The experiences left me with such insight and peace.
Huh. So you two are already acquainted?
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again. If you are otherwise unaware, allow me to inform you that Miss Shenyun is a well-regarded collector and appraiser. She is well-versed in all fields, and oft-celebrated for her impeccable taste.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhangli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail.
Why, you flatter me, Miss Shenyun. It would seem that you are as self-effacing as ever.
Not at all, Mr. Zhangli. Not at all.
While I am loath to butt into this conversation, I must ask, you two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship. Can I be certain that you're not working together to swindle me? I mean, you never...
Huh! A preposterous accusation! The heavens themselves would collapse before we would conspire to do such a thing.
Miss Shenyun speaks the truth. Contracts are built on honesty and trust. If that proves to be beyond your capabilities in this instance, this transaction may be taken elsewhere.
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest. What fool would still harbor doubts after Mr. Zhangli himself has vouched for the goods? Miss Shenyun, wait! I deeply apologize for doubting you. So, Mr. Zhangli...
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. Take this mechanism, for instance. Though one may not immediately perceive its purpose, the same can be said for this one here. I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of mechanisms is among the most wondrous arts in this world.
All right. Then, in that case, Miss Shenyun, I'll take the lot. However, since the final sum is quite large...
The Northland Bank? Huh.
I fear people only use the term bank nowadays. In that case, I'll be off for now.
Zhongli!
My friends, have you been doing well?
We've been great! How about you? Paimon didn't know you were such a busy consultant!
My days have been quite pleasant as well. I had been quietly enjoying a cup of tea when Mr. Xiaozu requested my services. As for you, Miss Shenyun, I presume you must be looking to settle in this.
I must say, the name Shenyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you. Perhaps you could dispense of that particular epithet and...
Whatever for. Am I not addressing you as a friend should?
Well, that is true, but... Alas, refer to me however you will. After all, a name exists such that...
It would seem that you have gained many valuable insights over the years.
One has indeed. One's previous days were all brief. Now that one has made up one's mind to move, this city is much changed.
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow. From turmoil to peace, enlightenment to aspiration.
Alright, that's enough reflection for one day. No need to get all sentimental on us.
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded, what say one plays the host as we try some special...
Perhaps you have forgotten, Cloud Retainer, but I once tried my hand at that dish. You...
Oh?
It was a reunion between friends several centuries ago. Alas, you must have been too preoccupied to secure yourself a portion. Or perhaps our other companions simply availed themselves of faster reflexes on that occasion.
Huh! Hardly. 'Twas most certainly out of consideration for the others in attendance. In but a moment, one will show you what it means to have a true deftness of hand. It is settled then. Bamboo shoot soup, mora meat, crab roe tofu, triple-layered consommé. We shall enjoy the lot. One has already passed word to Shenhe and Ganyu to make a reservation. It is...
It should be a most splendid occasion.
Shu Yu, come now, it is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr. Zhang Li.
A humble employee of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Zheng.
That should be everyone, right?
Sounds good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite.
That sounds rather implausible. Although with the right preparation...
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon! Hey, wait up!
Done. Alright. Morning, Ying Air. Ying Er. Alright. It's done. Done.